It's 6:25 a.m. on the 22nd of October 2019. I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick and tired of this Brexit nonsense. We had a clear result 3 years ago when we voted to leave the European Union. The referendum was a binary question: remain or leave. It was as simple as that. There were no supplementary questions or issues. It wasn't about the hard Brexit or a soft Brexit. It wasn't about a deal or no deal. It was about leaving the European Union. And the vote was clearly in favour of exiting the EU. 3 years later, Parliament is still obstructing that process. It's behaved in an anti-democratic way, despite its assertions that it's democratic to discuss these things in Parliament, for Parliament to approve what was decided in the referendum. There's no point in having referendums if the decision is going to be ignored. A referendum result quite simply means that the government is thereby instructed by the people to honour the result, and in this case to leave the European Union. We've got another deadline, the 31st of October. It's I don't know. It looks less likely than likely that we'll be out of the European Union by that date. And this delay is continuing. How many more extensions do they need before they can resolve this issue? Quite frankly, it's clear to anybody why we are in this current situation, and that's because most MPs in Parliament don't want to leave the European Union. They are Remainers, and they occupy a significant majority. And it's clear also that they're trying to engineer a situation where we do remain in the European Union. And it looks like a second referendum or another general election, or just continuing in the way that they're continuing. After all, we're still in the European Union, and while we are in, we're not out. And it's an appalling situation. I mean, we've said for years and years and years that democracy works. It's the perfect system, and we've preached to other countries around the world, but I think we're seeing now the limitations of democracy and the hypocrisy in the United Kingdom. Referendums should be honoured, and we should have left the European Union by now. So I'm really annoyed about it, and we're not. We could have been out by now. We could have been out by the end of last March or whenever the last deadline was, and we could have entered a new era, a new exciting era for Britain, where we govern ourselves and regain that kind of ambition that we once had as an independent nation, and an international and with an international outlook. Just because we live in the European Union doesn't mean that we won't have good relations with Europe. And we've and Theresa May and Boris Johnson have reached deals with the European Union, and Parliament should have approved either of those. So I'm looking forward to the day that we do leave, because it'll be exciting for Britain, and this delay and obstruction by Parliament is really outrageous, and it's anti-democratic, and it's not the British way.